Guys, you know I have a proclivity for weird things. I love weird stuff. So I brought something weird home from the show, and it's in this box. But before we flip this around so you can look at it, I want to remind you guys, check out the public Discord down below. It's the easiest way to get a hold of me if you've got questions about any of the things you see in the videos. So let's not waste any time, and let's look at this Yan EMW from above. Guys, inside this box is something so oddly satisfying that you're going to want to see it. It's the Yan Knives EMW, or East Meets West. And on its face, it looks just like a regular top flipper knife. But what it's got under the hood is an additional blade. So let's get this down here and take a look at it from above. I say take a look at it from above. We're going to take a look at it out from under the box, or without the box underneath it. This is so much fun. Now, I've seen these shows a couple times. The guys over at Riat sent this home. Well, Crane's Cutlery sent this home with me. I met with the designer. We talked about it. And at first blush, I was kind of like, what really does this serve? But now that I've had it here, and I've carried it for 2 days now, I had it at the show. I've carried it for the 2 days since I've been back. It's now Tuesday. Wednesday. And I carried it all day Monday, Tuesday. So I carried it 2 days. This thing is actually insanely good. So it does come, because as you can see, there is no pocket clip. It comes with an amazingly good, this thing is all around. Riat did the OEM for this, so not at all surprised. Comes with a great titanium and leather pocket slip that this thing just sits down in. You put it in your pocket and you pull it out. It is one of the best front flipper, top flipper styles that I have had come in probably ever. And it's got this very deeply curved, very deeply curved sway back to it. Typically not a big fan of that, but in this is a very nimble little knife that you could absolutely use in a self-defense role. You've got this blade, which is an Americanized style Tonto, but it's got this swept back design. And then on the other end, you've got this really nicely done Japanese style Bushido blade that sweeps back, or they've got different names for this, but the curvature of this is insanely comfortable in hand like this. It just absolutely surprised me how much I like having this in my hand and in pocket. I have been messing with this constantly. Now, this is mine. Oh, look at that, the action on that. This is mine, and it comes in a bunch of different versions. They have a carbon fiber version. There's one with holes in it and stuff like that. They asked me what version I wanted, and I told them I wanted the micarta, and they're like, you do know that's the cheapest one, right? And I was like, I like micarta. You can't go wrong with it. The top flipper on this is just about brilliant. Andrew from Crane's Cutlery designed this, and I was talking with him about it at the show. But you can see Riat did such a good job on this. You've got both blades housed in here. You have a very thin liner on this, so it really is not that much heavier than some of the other folding knives I carry, and the action on it is just super smooth. The micarta feels great in hand. It gives you a little bit of extra traction on this when you've got this open. Now here comes the fun part. If you really want like a party trick or something goofy to show your friends, you can open both blades at the same time, and it looks like a batarang. It's really cool. But as far as the way it cuts, it has cut very well. This is a full flat grind on this blade here. Comes down nice and thin. You got a good bit of flat here with a little bit of belly. And then on the other side, you've got the Tonto. This is hollow ground, and then you're flat at the front. You get this really striking look. I like the fact that they did this kind of a coarser grind on this than a lot of other knives. It really gives it a good look. But when it comes down to it, this is very functional. I have been using this since it came back with me, and I didn't think I would. I absolutely have fallen in love with this. Now, there's a couple negatives on this. There really are. You got to look at the negatives. So we're going to flip this around and look at the negatives right after you guys hear from this video sponsor. I'm not sure which one it's going to be. So there are a couple of negatives on this, and I think you guys can see where it's going to come from. The lack of a pocket clip for a lot of people is going to be a negative. I find it to be no problem because it does have this slip. The bad thing is, though, it is thick. It is a very thick, bulky knife. When you add the additional clip sticking out of your pocket on this, it's pretty wide across. And I mean, it is bulky to begin with. So it might be something like sitting and having this in your pocket might not be something you want. Now, I will say the cool thing about the slip is if you have an exogravity knife, absolutely fits in it perfectly. Next thing, there are some people that would look at this and go, that's unnecessary. You've got this blade. Some people love these style blades, the Tontos, some don't. So I would say if they were going to do it, maybe have two different, I really don't know what I would say, but there's going to be a lot of people that look at that and say, well, that's just a gimmick. I absolutely love it. I do love it a lot because I do like both the blades on this, and they're going to be handy for different functions. The next thing is, as much as I like the sleigh back, swept back, complete curvature of this from heel to tip, which is an Asian inspired type of thing. You know, a lot of the knives are like that. There's going to be a lot of people that don't like the way that feels in hand. I find it be incredible, but I also took Japanese martial arts and swordsmanship, which means I'm inclined to have something like that I would like. And, you know, just those little things there. Some people are going to look at it and say that it's, you know, it looks poorly made because it is really, really thin in there. They did do a really good job maintaining the weight. Now, the one thing I will tell you, it's going to be a pain in the butt for maintenance because basically you've got to get everything. So you got these tubes that are holders here, and then you've got the actual pivots that are in here. So I haven't taken it apart yet, but I guarantee it's going to be a maintenance nightmare. And then on this one, I noticed, and I'm going to point this as the last thing, the deployment on this blade, the Tonto side, is much, much stiffer. It's not a detent. It's just the deployment is much stiffer. I can, this one, no problem. Use my finger to use the top flipper. This one takes a lot more effort. So I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about it. And if you are somebody with softer hands, the jimping on this is a little aggressive. Does not bother me at all. But I have noticed that my finger and thumb are a little sore. And that's because I mess with a lot of knives to show, but I also have been playing with this knife a lot. So I dig this a lot. I find it to be one of the most interesting things that I have truly fallen in love with in a very long time. So all that being aside, right now, first day carry, is it a yup or a nah? It's a yup, just on the cool factor alone, just on the fun factor. But the fact is they made it fun and interesting and functional. Like I said, I've done a good bit of cutting with this so far, and I am impressed. So let's turn this around. We'll do some final thoughts. We'll send you out about your day.
Guys, absolutely one of the weirdest things that I have ever been drawn to. And it's not weird. I mean, it's a very functional knife design. Just adding the extra blade, it's kind of unique. I love so much about this knife. It is so good, so comfortable. And I'm glad I gave it a shot because I was very dismissive of it. The first couple times I saw it at the show, the guys were like, how about we send it with you? You can mess with it. You can show it. And I'm like, you know what? After maybe 2 hours of messing with this, I was like, I'm starting to fall in love with this. So I don't think this is going to go anywhere. I had thought about doing it as a giveaway. I'm absolutely going to keep this. So stand by. There'll be more videos about this. I definitely will do a full review. It's going to do a lot of cutting. I'm going to test and see. I'm going to say comfort levels on this one off the chart. So guys, if you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down. But tell me why I can't change the content if you don't tell me what you don't like. Sharing, subscribing, dropping comments, best things you can do for the channel. Interactions, what drive us up the algorithm. I have got sponsors down below. I know I put an ad in for one of them. So sponsors are down below. Of the three sponsors, Doll Strong Knives, Coffee Brand Coffee, and Tempered Trail. Coffee Brand Coffee and Tempered Trail have a discount built into their links, but you can also use coupon code CrazySharp, all one word. It saves you 10% at checkout, but you can also use it at those two, plus Rosecraft Blades, FirearmForgeKnifeWorks.com. I have an Amazon store I've built down below. You can take that, use it for all your Amazon shopping. I have links to all of the vendors down below. Those links support the channel, don't cost you anything extra at checkout. And I mean, we've got Blade HQ, Knives Ship Free, GP Knives, Artisan Cutlery, We Knife Company, Civivi, Vosteed. They're all down below. And I have a membership where you guys can get into a bunch of different benefits. Everyone has accessible to them private Discord, exclusive content, giveaways I do for specific tiers, and the premium guys have got access to a sharpening tutorial series here on YouTube. Don't forget to join the public Discord. Guys, that's it on this one. I love you all. Keep it clean in the comments section. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and I'll see you in the next video.